to all my gorgeous clients. It is a while since I've seen you. I'm missing you all a lot. And obviously the first lockdown was just weird. We didn't know what we were doing. And then the second one was quite short. And who knows how long we're going to be here for. So I've put some stuff in place to make sure I am 100% here for you, here for anything you need. The number that I messaged you all on is actually my personal number. So you all now have complete round-the-clock access to me. So if there's any questions or anything that you need, or if you just want to chat, feel free to just give me a text or give me a call on that number and I'm here. So I just thought over the next few weeks or however long this goes on for, I'm going to do my very best to just keep you all up to date, give you some product advice, give you some tips on how to look after your hair in lockdown, and just generally be there for you. So the first video is a bit of an educational video, a few little tips, and all the rest of it. I'm going to expand your knowledge of hair beyond you've ever known it, and yeah, give out the tips to anybody you want. So there's nothing we can do right now with your hair, unfortunately. I can't do your roots, I can't cut it for you, and I don't recommend that you do it yourself. So being the positive person that I am, I would recommend at this point, the best thing to do with this time is to look after your hair and look after your scalp. Now, the most important thing about looking after your hair and your scalp is it's winter. And in the winter, we're less exposed to vitamin D, which plays a huge part on the health of our hair and the health of our scalp. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about why that is. Basically, all of our organs and everything needs the vitamin D to function among, an array of vitamins and minerals and proteins and amino acids and X, Y, and Z. So basically, throughout the winter, when we're not exposed to as much vitamin D through the sunshine, through anything like that, we're not outside as much, basically our body's using all the vitamin D it can to run the rest of our bodies and our vital organs and the stuff that's important. And the truth is, our hair and our skin is not seen by our bodies as a necessity, basically. So our hair and our skin can suffer ever so slightly through the winter months. It's as simple as that. Especially if you've not been on an exotic holiday this year and kind of been exposed to more vitamin D and things like that. So it's important that we use what we can to look after your hair. Now, when you're in the salon, I make sure you have the best use of products, and I really look after your hair whilst you're in there, which I love to do. So I'm going to talk you through the products. I'm going to talk you through how to use them properly, and then you can just use this time. The treatments, put them on once a week and walk around the house with the towel on your head for an hour. Maybe things that you wouldn't have the luxury of doing. If you are working from home and you don't have to be on conference calls, on Zoom or whatever all the time, use that time to look after your health, especially if it's dry, your hair, if it's been exposed to colour. I know a lot of my clients at the moment, we're kind of on a bit of a reparation journey. So definitely use this time to the best that you can. So, you all know what I'm like. I don't like chemicals. The salon's all cruelty free, it's vegan, it's natural, and everything else. So there's two things that I make sure there is in absolutely none of our products. There's actually over 2.5 ingredients that I make sure are in none of our products that we use in the salon. So you can be rest assured that there's no nasties going into your body, because it takes less than 30 seconds from exposure to the skin for it to be absorbed into the bloodstream, basically. And that's why I'm so passionate about using the best products on your hair and your skin and everything like that. So, we don't use sulfates. So the reason that we don't use sulfates is sulfates are an artificial-like exfoliant. They're a latherance, and they're actually a bit of a hormone disruptor. I'm not going to go into the negative stuff, but basically we don't have them in our products. We also don't have parabens. Parabens are, again, artificial preservative. So it helps the product to basically sit on the shelf for a bit longer than it needs to do. So we don't have that because it actually can just, again, it's a hormone disruptor. Sulfates and parabens can actually cause major irritation to the skin. So if any of you have got itchy scalp at the moment, it might be because you've got the central heating on at home, Equally, it might be because you're actually having a bit of an irritation to what you're using on your scalp. Okay, so what do we use in our products and why do I use them? Because this is something I do so much research into to make sure I'm bringing you the best of the best on your hair. Shampoos and conditioners. You've all seen it. I use these. And I love them, and they'll probably be back to front on your screen, but that's okay. So, what is in the hair care lines that I use on your hair in the salon? There's a good few ingredients in them, but there's 3 main ones. Okay? Prepare to learn it all. So, the main ingredient is pea protein. So, our hair is made up of proteins, and proteins are made up of amino acids. And they have these chain of amino acids. And what's really good about pea protein is it has a full amino acid score. So day to day, whether you're drying, straightening, colouring, it's exposed to environmental factors, little tiny bits of your hair shaft will come away. Now, when we use a hair product that has pea protein in it, or any type of protein for that matter, but I'll tell you why I choose to use products with pea protein in, those particles of protein go back into the hair and they rebuild it. So it's a nice sturdy structure again. The more of those particles that disappear, the more prone we are to snappage. Okay? Ways to know if the hair is not in the utmost condition that it needs to be is if you blow dry and it doesn't hold shape. If it dries very quickly by itself naturally, that's kind of a sign of porosity of the hair. And when hair is porous, it's like a sponge, it's got holes in it. Okay? And then also if it is snapping, if you are seeing on your dressing table like little tiny bits of hair, that generally means the ends of the hair are snapping away. So that would signify you need to be using something with proteins in to fill the holes in that hair shaft back up again. Now, there are different types of protein, and I can guarantee if you look at any shampoo, one of the main ingredients on the back will be a protein, but there will be different types of protein. So wheat protein is a big one. Now, the problem is with wheat protein, if you are gluten intolerant, you might have a little bit of irritation to the scalp and things like that. And then the downside to wheat protein as well, it's quite a hard protein. Okay, so there's different types. We have nourishing proteins and we have hard proteins. Now, wheat protein, if used in excess, can actually make the hair hard and make it brittle and actually cause it to snap. So although I'm saying you need to replace your hair with protein, you need to make sure you're replacing your hair with the right protein. The reason I use pea protein in the products is purely and simply because it is a hydrating protein. Okay, so it's going to make the hair feel subtle, soft, fluid. You can see how mine is. It moves. It's, got that fluidity. Okay, pea protein, tick. And then we also use ashwagandha root. Okay, so ashwagandha root is actually becoming a little bit of a buzzword at the moment because it's actually, if taken orally, really good for calming us. It's a brilliant way to calm down any nerves, relieve a little bit of anxiety. Doesn't taste very nice if you take it in certain forms. I drink it in a drink called Inner Calm, and it actually tastes like peach iced tea. I don't drink it all the time, but I do sometimes have those days where I'm like reaching for the ashwagandha. But yeah, so the effects of ashwagandha on the hair are absolutely incredible because what they do is they basically prevent the hair from being damaged by the environment. And when I say environmental damage, I mean the sun. The sun does 10 times more damage to your hair than bleach. So be really mindful of that, because if you've ever bleached your hair or you choose not to bleach your hair because you're worried about damage, really think twice about when you're putting your hair in the sun. And a few people say, oh, I wear a hat. I can't say that does anything, because if it doesn't have UV filters on it, there's nothing to say the sun won't penetrate through the hat, basically. So you do need a product on your hair that has got those environmental factor filters, as we call them, and ashwagandha root does that. It prevents the hair from smoke, car fumes, free radicals. If you're not sure what a free radical is, a free radical basically is when a molecule splits like an atom in the air split, and it has nowhere to go, and it has to live off something else to survive. So more often than not, it can grab onto your hair or your skin, but it can actually take oxygen away from it and do it some damage. So ashwagandha root helps against free radicals. Okay, so that's why the products contain free radicals. They do not contain free radicals. They contain ashwagandha root. And then the third main ingredient, the reason I've left it to last is because it has 10 of the most brilliant factors that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I do think this is going to be a major buzzword of 2021 and 22 when it comes to hair care and skincare, and it's actually called baobab oil. Now, baobab seeds, which the oil is extracted from, comes from the baobab tree, which lives in Madagascar. Now, the importance of that is basically that Madagascar can experience all the different types of weather in one day. So if a tree can survive in those circumstances, it's producing something really good within itself to have that survival technique. And what we've done is we've basically taken that oil sustainably out of the baobab tree and put it into a hair care product because it's got so many incredible properties. So I'm going to whiz you through the list of 10 of them. So we've got, it's a moisturiser. If your hair is dry, it's exactly what you need. Okay? Sometimes as well, being in the house isn't great for your hair all the time. It likes a bit of fresh air. It likes to be outside. It doesn't like to be around the central heating all the time. If any of you notice your skin feels a little bit dry, your hair will be doing exactly the same. Okay? It's absorbed deep into the follicle. So baobab oil has the ability to really absorb deep into the hair. Now the importance of that is some people say, oh, I just put an argan oil or, a coconut oil on my hair. And the truth is, as soon as you do that, it will just rinse off and it's just kind of there for cosmetic. It will feel nice when it's on the hair, but once it's rinsed away, it's no use nor ornament basically. But what's nice about when the baobab goes deep into the hair, it's going to moisture and repair from the inside out. Okay. It treats dry, itchy scalp. So if you've got dandruff, if you've got itchy scalp, if you're struggling with the lack of vitamin D at the moment, and it is causing that little bit of kind of discomfort to the scalp, it's brilliant to use for that because it's so soothing. Okay? And then it induces hair growth. If I've got any of my gorgeous clients out there that want to grow their hair a little bit quicker, because it does work and it does nourish the hair so much. We know ourselves when you've got babies or little ones and you really want them to grow big and strong, you make sure they're putting things inside them that are going to aid do that. There's no difference with your hair, okay? Protection from pollution and UV. So you've got that double protection from the ashwagandha root and also from that baobab oil too. Yeah? And then we've got gloss and shine. My hair is always glossy and it's always shiny. And the truth behind that, guys, is because I use good products. I don't actually colour my hair very often. I might recommend you to do it between every 6 and 10 weeks. But the truth is I don't have that time and that luxury. I'm too busy doing everybody else's. So I rarely colour it. So the shine of my hair does not come from colour. It comes from the products that I use. It's non-greasy. So this is what, a huge factor. We want nourishment. We want gorgeous products on our hair, but we don't want the weightiness because we all like that body. We like that lift. It's anti-inflammatory. The hair does not become inflamed, but the scalp can. So if you do have psoriasis, any scalp conditions that are causing you discomfort, I can promise you that it's not going to aggravate it. It's going to actually treat it. Okay? It's nourishing and it's also strengthening. Okay, so they're the best things about baobab. I think it's like up there as one of my favourite words at the moment. But yes, they are my 3 main ingredients that run all the way through the products. And then I'm just going to finish up now telling you how to do your shampoo and conditioner perfectly at home like I do in the salon. So basically, you're going to dredge your hair with water in the shower or wherever you choose. And you're going to use about a 10p size piece of the shampoo. And you're going to work the shampoo only through the roots of the hair. And you're going to use the pads of your fingers and you're going to put them onto the scalp and you're going to massage them. I don't want you to use heavy friction when you go in there, because all that does is to stress the ends of the hair, which is something we don't want to do. So just the pads of the fingers, really massage it in. Make sure you get in the nape of the neck and the crown of the neck, because they're where we'll carry oil more than anywhere. And then you're going to rinse that after about a 90-second kind of massage. And then you're going to squeeze the hair out, or if you've got the luxury to towel dry it when you're in the shower, do so. And then you're going to go on with your second shampoo, which is a 10-pence piece size again, and you're just going to repeat that motion. So pads of your fingers, massage into the scalp, and rinse again. Once you've rinsed again, you're going to dredge the hair dry again. However, if you squeeze it out or you towel dry it perfectly. And then you're going to go on with the conditioner or the treatment. Okay, so I would say, depending on how often you wash your hair, I do mine every single day. So I use the conditioner every day. I use the treatment once a week. So I would say put the treatment on your hair once a week. Now, put this on the mid-lengths and ends. And then when you do a treatment, you're going to massage it through the roots, comb it through, and leave it for 10 minutes. If you can, jump out the shower, wrap a towel around your head and really let it soak in. If you're just using the conditioner, you can just leave it on for a couple of minutes on the mid-lengths and ends of the hair. When I say mid-lengths and ends, I'm talking anywhere off the root. So on me, it will be about here. And then you're going to, I don't know, wash your face, shave your legs, do whatever it is you want to do in the shower. And then you're going to rinse it really, really nicely. And then just give it a shot of cool water at the end. And that is your professional hair care routine at home. So it was lovely chatting to you. It's so sad you can't chat directly back to me, but feel free to use my number. Give me a call, give me a message. If you need any help with the products, you know exactly where I am. If you need a restock of the products, I can have them delivered out to you. No bother at all. Do not suffer in silence, guys. And I hope it's not too long before I get to see you again. And I'm going to do these videos for you every week to 10 days. So I will see you all soon, guys. Take care. Please stay safe.